What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review, and today I'm reviewing Donkey Kong Country Returns. Yes, this was my first Donkey Kong game. I'd been familiar with the franchise. I always find it weird that Donkey Kong started off as like the ultimate like Mario villain prior to Bowser and like the Mario series and stuff. It's always kind of weird how he kind of turns out to be like a hero now, but also a villain. Kind of plays both sides. But yeah, this was my first game in the Donkey Kong series. It came out on the Wii mainly. It's probably where a lot of people played it. It came out in 2010, I think it was. The correct date it came out will be on the title, as always. I played it on the 3DS myself. It came out on the 3DS as well. Credit again to Jeff of the Mellows for giving me the game. Let me borrow it, play it. It's not this, and also it was not what I expected. Going into it, but I really enjoyed this game. So let's jump into it. If you're thinking it's gonna be this, now, again, it's my first Donkey Kong game. I didn't know what to expect, but if you're looking for something new and immersive, don't set your expectations toward that. It's just basically it's another one of those platforming 2D side scrollers like Mario's, that kind of thing. So, but it didn't need to be. They add some nice, unique elements to it. The barrel, like the flying barrel, with the cannons. There's all new sorts of enemies and collecting different items and new attacks and new like puzzles and way to solve the levels. So fundamentally they are similar, but there are a lot of things that are different to separate the two games, and I like that. Keeping it as a side scroller, kind of like Mario, keeps it open for all ages to play, because it is a very simple game. It's not too simple, like you can like a fucking children's game, but it's fun for all ages to play. It's not super difficult, but there are some complex puzzles. There are some things to do, especially the farther you get into the game, the more you're going to see that. Where it's a lot of just you have to time your thing right and do certain things. And make that work. So it's not. So that makes it fun though, which is good. One thing that's really weird to me, and I guess this isn't really a complaint, is more as just like, why did you do this? It's the two hearts. Donkey Kong only gets two hearts. I mean, he can only take two hits, then he dies. Really, he can only take one hit. Next hit, he dies. You can get Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong gets a 2 extra hearts. Plus, you can do a cool like hover thing with Diddy Kong. Like you can hover in the air for a little bit with Diddy Kong, and he gets to get you 2 extra hearts. But why didn't you just go 3? I don't know. I guess, or why didn't you just go 1? I don't know. Because like Mario, you can like have you can be small, you can be big, or you can have an item that's like 3. And with this game, you only get 2. Like, there's no power ups, nothing. You just get the base ability right off the bat. I don't know. 2 hearts seems weird. Seems unorthodox. I don't know why they're trying to keep it on an even number. Some levels I wish it would be easier to find Diddy Kong. There were some levels where I missed him the first time I played the level, or like the first couple times. Sometimes I didn't even see him at all. Sometimes he's placed right at the beginning of the level. It's true for most of the boss fights where he is, which is good. Sometimes you don't even need Diddy Kong, like the ones where solely you're flying with the rocket barrel thing, and you crash into anything, you automatically die, but he's still there anyways for some reason. I don't know. There's like a special achievement you can get for playing Diddy Kong and getting Diddy Kong to the end or whatnot. I don't know, but he's available. So, the Super Guide is a very nice addition and a very nice thing that this game has. I'm not going to say how many times I use Super Kong because I'm embarrassed, but to say how many times I use Super Kong, but it was a nice change because especially near the end of the game, some of the levels do get difficult ish. They just get complex mostly. A lot of puzzles, a lot of very tight turns, very direct elements. And that's something to look out for when playing the game. Does it make it stupid? No, it doesn't make it hard. I mean, it makes it difficulter, but it's supposed to be more difficult as the game goes on. I like that that's the I don't know what the word for it is. Gradual progression, like increasing of difficulty as you go on through the game. I like that. But having Super Kong there, especially since you can go back and play the levels even if you already beat them. So it's nice if you're struggling, you can watch Super Kong go through it and then go through it yourself and beat it. If you're looking to get all of the ones you completed, I mean, there's indications if Super Kong beat the level only, or if you also beat it, so it's like a blue or a red. So that's cool too. Talk about the items a little bit. I said there weren't like power-ups or anything, and there's not like where Donkey Kong can shoot fire or like Donkey Kong can freeze shit or he can become like massive and kill everything. I mean, there is an item shop, quote unquote, like a hut or whatnot for where Cranky Kong lives, and you can go in there and you can buy like more balloons, or you can buy like a parrot that helps you find the puzzle pieces. All of which is just like the 100% complete the game. Or you can get invincibility or whatnot. I usually go for the extra balloons or the invincibility, or the extra heart. You could get an extra heart too, which was really useful. But like, I completed the game without them for the most part. I tried them out I tried the invincibility out. I tried the invincibility is way too OP, by the way. It is, because you get like 9 hits. Like he says, oh, for a short amount of time you'll be invincible. Something in, okay, it's just another like superstar. Nope, it's like 9 hearts that you get. Wow, that's a lot. Comes in handy for sure. But it's a little too OP. And then the other extra heart is nice as well. I didn't get into the others. They're not like, sorry again, I don't know why I'm so tired. But like, they're not. It's not like you can easily complete the levels without them. So, just to note that. I got one more thing. I got a couple more things. So there's some parts of levels where you'll be super zoomed out, because you'll get in like a cannon and launch to like a far that's like on the very back end of the screen, and you work through that, and then you launch up to the front eventually. And it's cool. It gives some extra cool 3D perception to the levels. But I never figured out, can you zoom in to the ones in the back? Because you can barely, some of them times you can barely see what's going on. And it makes it really difficult to see what happens, especially in some where there's like there's like a lot of enemies, or it's like very finicky jumps. Stuff like that. It's hard to figure out what to do. Should we zoom in? That made it a little annoying. It's not super frequent, so it's not a big complaint that I have, but it's just something that I noticed. The last thing, the barrel rocket is very horrible at turning. You're gonna notice this a lot. I mean, there's at least one level per world, I think, where the barrel rocket, you just fly through the level, and you're like, it goes up and down, side to side. Again, what the fuck is going on? Jesus. You're going to notice that it is very hard to turn it. It takes a long time to turn, but it has a very large, like, amount of, like, it's like a heavy object. You can like a truck. If you get it to go too fast, then it will have a very hard time slowing back down, and yeah, not fun. Especially in the pre-boss level in like World 7, when you're just flying straight up. God, that can get annoying. I mean, I'm sure you could figure it out after a little bit, but it's just it's It makes it hard to do a lot of the levels in one go. This is a very hard game to speed run because you can't really speed through a lot of these levels because there's enemies. Because every time you figure out one section, they trick you, flip it, and then you're stuck in that section for a little bit, and you got to remember all the patterns and the puzzles and where to go, what to do, all that kind of stuff. So just know that moving forward. But overall, I really enjoyed this game. For my first Donkey Kong game, I had a great experience with it. I want to try some more Donkey Kong games. Maybe not Donkey Kong 64. I've not heard great things about that, but maybe some other ones. We'll see. My final score, though, for Donkey Kong Country Returns, I'm going to have to give it a good 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. That's a good score for this game. I really like it. So, if you've ever played this game, either on the 3DS or on the Wii, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this game review and for this video. So stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.